Okay, so let me just give you a brief overview on the yesterday session, what we learned yesterday and what is the. So I explained that what is
Yes,
the,
can you please check?
sorry, did someone ask something?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, yeah. So we have seen that yesterday. What are the prerequisites to learn this tool and what are the installations required for this? So to give you a brief view on that, what we learned, we understand that it requires some basic knowledge of Java and some understanding of XML and JSON format files, and then a basic understanding of a typical integration technologies like different kind of connectors like HTTP, JMS, how to interact with such kind of end systems. So it's just a basic understanding you require to start the MuleSoft and AnyPoint Studio, and then we saw that what are the required softwares to start working on this. So as I said, it requires JDK 1.8 and AnyPoint Studio with embedded Mule 3.8. So AnyPoint Studio is a it's like a GUI tool which you can use a drag and drop and design the flows. And the Mule is a backend ESB server which which we use to run the applications. And then any point platform, Salesforce developer, this right now we don't require, but we will require in later sessions. That's what I mentioned here. And then a postman tool which you need to install to test your applications once you build that. You can use some other tools also, but postman is good, which you can easily get the extension for the Chrome, and then you can start do testing on that. You can use some SOAP UI tool or some other also. That will also work. And then we saw that what is the Mule ESB exactly. So basically, a Mule ESB is an integration tool, and an ESB means an enterprise service bus. So which every application can easily interact. It's a it's a lightweight tool, and sorry. So different kind of applications, as I said, like SAP system, Salesforce, CRM, or any other legacy systems which you can easily um, interact with this ESB system and then send it to any backend systems and store your data. So Mule basically works like a middleware layer which takes the request from different kind of systems and send it to the some other systems. So it sits between the different application servers. So that is the basic understanding of Mule ESB. Which, and and then we saw that what is an exact ESB. So ESB is Enterprise Service Bus. It's a middleware layer which you can build using the service-oriented architecture. Service-oriented architecture means you can build your flows and expose your entire application as a service to the end systems or front-end systems, which they can easily consume and send the request and process some enhancements or any other things. And then we saw that point-to-point versus an ESB. So to understand exactly why ESB came into picture, we saw that point-to-point and uh, ESB. So point-to-point connection was it was like each and every application interacting with another application directly. So the number of connections will increase when the number of applications increase. So it will be difficult to understand and maintain the applications, and if you want to change something it will definitely impact other applications as well. So it is very uh, difficult to maintain that. That's what the ESB came into picture, a central layer which talks to the other applications or systems and gets the inputs from that systems and share it to the other systems who are interested. So we can say that it's something kind of a publish and subscriber. So some applications can publish the messages, and then interested subscribers can easily subscribe the message from that ESB. So, and then next we saw that why we require this mule basically. So why we are using, there are many other integration tools are available in the market, but why we are choosing this mule only? So there are competitors like a mule, like a Bistock, iWay, and IBM BPM tools. So there are many other tools are there, but when compared to the other systems, Mule is very lightweight systems and highly scalable, and it eliminates all the point-to-point connections. Other integration tools also can do this, and the main difference is once you build the application on premises, you can easily deploy the application on cloud. That is the one advantage compared to the other middleware integration tools. And also it has capabilities like message routing, data transformations, and decoupling the business logic, transport protocols. It has a bunch of connectors to interact with your SaaS applications or any on-premises applications. And by using the Anypoint Studio, you can make a hybrid hybrid integrations. So hybrid integrations means basically if you have some applications on premises like SAP systems or some other database systems, but your front-end applications which your customers are interacting, they might have hosted on the Cloud Hub. Now you want to interact that Cloud Hub into applications to the backend systems, CRM or SAP system, sorry, SAP or some other database systems on premises. So you need to do integration between this Cloud Hub application as well as this on-premises application. So such kind of integrations we call it as an hybrid integrations. So we will see all those things in future also, but this is just basic understanding of what exactly Mule and why we use the Mule. And then we saw that what is the Mule ESB architecture. So what are the components Mule integration service basically provides, like routing, transaction management, transformations. So routing is basically it routes a different kind of inbound applications and then route it to the message to the outbound applications. So to route the different applications, we have different kind of connectors like SAP, Salesforce, database, POP3, SMTP, HTTP, FTP. So n number of connectors are available. If there is no connector available for some sort of applications, even you can build your own connector. That capability also available. And then it also has a good security providers like OAuth and some basic HTTP security, so you can provide. And then a it works like a message broker, so you can interact with some JMS queues or ActiveMQs or any IBM MQs. And also you can host the Mule ESB on any Tomcat, WebLogic or WebSphere or JBoss servers. You can deploy your Mule application on that. So and then we saw that what is Anypoint Studio, because keep on talking that Anypoint Studio that. So exactly Anypoint Studio is it's a GUI tool which you can easily build the flows for your integrations, and it's an Eclipse based development environment for designing and testing Mule applications. So once you build the applications, you can deploy the application and run it on your Mule server. So by using this new Anypoint Studio, you can also build an APIs using the RAML language, RESTful API modeling language. And also you can also expose a SOAP based web services. so that you need some visual files, and then you can expose as a web service. And Anypoint Studio comes with the two things. One is the editor, and second one is XML editor. So as I said, if you are good in XML editing, you can start doing building application in XML editor itself. And if you feel some difficulty using the XML editor, you can still use the visual editor, which you can easily drag and drop the required connectors or message processors, and then do the configurations inside itself. So whenever you do that drag and dropping of um, connectors or components, it automatically starts building your XML editor as well. You don't need to do anything for that. So this is the way how the endpoint looks, how it looks at. So visual editor and then XML editor. So you can use any one of that. So to switch back to message flow to XML editor, you can see it the down message flow and then configuration XML. So if you just click that, the configuration XML will show you. And then we saw that Anypoint Studio overview. That means what are the different tabs are available when you open the Anypoint Studio. So like Package Explorer. This is the Package Explorer, which shows your package of once you create a new project, it generates a new package. Under that, different components you can see. And then a canvas, so which you can use for drag and drop some connectors and build your flows. So where the exact logic and flows we will build here. This is the canvas. And then a palette editor. So there a list of connectors, components, and then scopes, filters, transformations, and securities. So all the components will be available in the palette. From the palette, you can simply drag and drop to the canvas. Just hold the component and then drag it to the canvas. So that is how you know to build the flow. And then if you see the below a property window. So let's say I just dragged one HTTP connector, and if you double click on that HTTP connector, the properties window will be available at the bottom of the screen. So there you need to start doing the editing on the properties for that connector, whatever you are doing. And then a console. So this console, basically you can see that when you run the application, or whether it is started or stopped. So such kind of feedback you can see at the below, and if there is any error, so it will display that. So this is the console. And then I showed you yesterday how to create a new Mule application and all. I will again start and show you from this step. So far, is there any doubts, and you guys facing any issues? Just let me know so that I can help you. Okay, good. I think no one is facing any issues. It looks. So let me show you once again. I will delete this, and I will show you how to build the application once again and show you. I just restarted the Anyfun Studio again, so it is starting.
Yeah, like Chandra Garu, I would like to ask you one question. Like, having any other sessions for the other timings?
Sorry,
Like, this is the only timing, or are you having any other session timings? Like,
this is the only timing. Why?
well, actually, just I would like to know, like, can you extend for half an hour more? Like, just make the session around 9:30 from tomorrow, like 9:30 to 10:30. Is it okay? Like
9:30 your time. Mm,
in Eastern timings,
okay, I will update it.
half an hour.
You want me to move the time half an
Is,
hour more, right? 9. Actually, you're starting 9 to 9,
yeah, 9.
9 to 10. Okay, 9:30 to 10:30.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Is it okay? Like I don't know. Like with the other guys, is it okay with you guys?
I will check actually. I need to check my calendar. I will update that
Yeah, if you
actually.
don't know, like if having any chance, let me know.
Sure, sure. Okay. So this is the way you need to start creating the project. Actually, I shared the document to one. I will check today whether that guy shared with you guys or not. And if not, I will share it directly. So simply you need to go to the file and then start new mul project. Then you just give some name. That's it. It will start creating a project. So this is a way new file new, and then mule project you need to select to create the new project. Okay, this is the way. So and then give the name, and then your package, your project will be under the package explorer. It will show you. And once it creates, it will automatically creates a demo.xml or whatever the with project name, and it starts with a .xml file. So all your mule flows will be designed inside the .xml files. So this is the package explorer, and there are different types of commands like Java, resources, folder, and visuals. You can store all these visuals you can in this src main visual files, and all the resources you can see here, some log4j or any other. And then this is the canvas where you can start building the flows. And in the canvas you can see message flow, and then global elements, and then a configuration xml. There's a configuration xml, and this is the mule palette. So there you can see a list of connectors available. So you can see connectors, and then scopes, and then components and transformations, filters, and then security kind of things, flow controls. And not only this, if you just, we can also add some other components by going to the help, and then clicking install new softwares. You can add some out of the box connectors as well. And then this is the properties window where you can see all the properties for a connector or component, whatever you dragged, and whatever you want to configure. And then a console. So this basically displays one second. So this console will display the feedback of your flow. Like once you start the running the flow, it displays the whether it is deployed successfully or failed, or is there any error. Such kind of things you can see inside the console. So let me start creating the new applications. So I'm basically what I'm trying here. So if you see here, this is the one we have discussed so far. So in this, what we are trying, create new Mule project with AnyPoint Studio, add a connector to receive request at an endpoint. So we are trying to add a connector to receive request at some HTTP endpoint, and then display message in the AnyPoint Studio console. Set the message payload. So this is what we are trying to see that. This we already done, launch AnyPoint Studio now. So once you open the AnyPoint Studio in the workspace launcher, this will come first time when you open the AnyPoint Studio. You need to give the workspace. So this is what we are trying. Create an HTTP connector endpoint to receive requests. Okay. So for that we are trying to do drag HTTP connector from the palette to the canvas, and then we need to configure that HTTP connector and all. So that is what I will show you now. So this is the HTTP connector. You just hold the connector, click on this and hold it and drag it to the canvas. That's it. So you can see a red mark here. That means you need to set the properties. So you can see the general settings like a connector configuration. So first thing you need to do the connector configuration. So once you click this add, there will be a pop-up. It will open, and here you need to give some port number and then a host number. I'm using the basic thing, default things, whatever it is coming. So all interfaces 000. What is this means? It can accept any kind of local host or any other IP address. If you give, it will identify that. But if you want to give it some particular thing, you can still have it here. You can give some IP address here. Now we are running some local host. We are giving local host, and then a port number 8081. You can give it 808283. Anything will work. So once I click OK, and then you need to provide the path where you want to post your message exactly. What is the path of that endpoint? So I'm giving some demo. This is my endpoint. And then once you've done these property settings, just click on the canvas. Just click on the canvas and then click save button. So it automatically saves and that red mark automatically gone. Now what we are trying to do, we need to give some message to the requester, whoever requested some message. So for that we are using set payload component. So this is the set payload transformer that sets the payload with the some provided value or some whatever it is. So you can set something inside this payload. And also the way of representation like a hash, open braces and close. This is called the MEL expressions, like Mule expression language. We call it a shortcut MEL expressions or whatever. Mule expression language. Okay.
Come again. It's a mule expression language.
Yes, Mule expression language.
Okay, okay.
So you can see different kind of mule expression language. Once you start entering the hash and put the open braces and then control space bar. So you can see different kind of payload, mule, message, flow vars, record vars, session vars, such kind of. You can display the payload also. So we'll see that one by one later. Now we'll go with this one. Okay. So your flow is ready and we can give the path. So what is the path we need to give, that we need to identify first? So whatever the path you set, you should make sure that. So how to give this path? So this is basically you can protocol first, http colon slash slash, and what is the host, local host colon 8081, the port number, slash, if any basic path you can give the basic path, and then slash the remaining path. But for now, what is the our exact endpoint? http colon slash slash localhost colon 8081 slash demo. This is my endpoint. So my endpoint will look like this. Okay, http localhost 8081 demo. So if I try to hit, I will not see anything because I did.
Isn't the Postman software?
Yes, this is the postman. You can
What is the interlink of Postman and Anypoint?
nothing. Postman is just like a testing tool. Like, you can access the same endpoint in the browser also.
Come
Okay.
again? I didn't get you.
No, Postman is just like a testing tool. You can post any message on some endpoints. That's it. There is no interlink. It's like the same. You can do it on browser also using some browser. Okay, localhost 80.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
For our feasibility, we are using this Postman. So there you can pass some body and all. From browser, you cannot pass the body, right? You need to have some what do you say, let's say if you want to log in Gmail, so you need to give the username and password, then it will go to the end system and get all your data from the database and give it to you, right? So for that you need that front end screen. So here we don't have any front end screens, so in such cases we use this kind of Postman or SOAP UI tools where we don't have any front end screens to pass all the request. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you see that, I will not see anything because I did not start my application, so I cannot see any response back from this endpoint. Okay. So for that, we need to start the application. We have whatever the application we build, we need to start the application. So to run the application, either you can see some options here, run demo. You can click here, or you can directly run the application from here also, or else right click your application and go to run as mule application. You can also do this directly. Once you click that run as mule application, your console starts giving the feedback below. So I can see that my application is deployed. This is my application name demo, and then it is deployed successfully. So once it is successfully deployed, so it is up and running. Now your application is up and running, so you can start doing testing whether it is working properly or not. So basically we are it is like a get method we are doing, and then once you do that get method on the demo path, we are expecting some response back from this service, and the response we set some default response. That response is welcome to the MuleSoft online training. So this is the response which I am expecting from this flow. So if you go here and click the endpoint and click on send button, you can see that the response back, welcome to the MuleSoft online training with the status code HTTP 200. Okay, you can do the same thing using a browser also. I mean, not only Postman, you can do it from here also. All get methods you can do it in a browser also, but when it comes to the post methods, if you want to send some request to the endpoint, then we cannot send using the browser. So for that reason, we are using this postman tool. So here you can pass some body. When it comes to the post method, you can pass body as well. You can set some body and then you can send it. But for now it is a get
Okay,
method. Yes, tell me.
no, nothing. Just what you're saying is I understand.
Your voice was breaking.
Yeah, I got it. What you're saying.
Okay. And also you can start doing some enhancements on this, and you can perform some sort of operations like once you click the dot, let me say to uppercase. I want to display all this in uppercase. I can do that by performing like this. So you don't need to rerun every time application. You just click on the canvas and then put the control S. So then it automatically starts running your application. And then when it comes to the second time, it will show like this started app, because you already deployed, and then it is saying that it is started. You did some changes, and then your application started again. Now just come back and again hit the URL. Then you will be able to see everything in uppercase letters. Okay. And then if I want to see something in whatever in the set payload or some other, whatever I want to see something inside the console, I want to display here what exactly I'm sending to the endpoint. Right now I can see by using the postman what response is coming from that service. But when I'm giving to the some other front-end systems, I will not able to see what their response they are receiving or not. So for that, when I'm doing some debugging kind of things, or in the development, I want to see the response what I am sending to the front-end system. So to see that, you can use a logger component. So this logger component, it just display whatever information you are expecting from that flow. It display inside the console. So for now, I'm expecting the payload which I set in the set payload. I want to see inside the console. So for that, what I have to do, I want to display the payload. So as I said, these are the MEL expressions, mule expression.
If you don't mind, like, can you repeat for the logger? How you get that logger?
Yeah, you can go here palette. You just type log logger. It will automatically display the component logger. Just drag and drop here. That's it. Wherever you want that logger to display, you can drag it.
Okay.
Okay. So all the message process you need to get it from the palette only. There is a search button here. You can search directly from here, or else you can go and check where you can see the logger component. Okay, inside the list.
Yeah. Okay.
So in the logger, what I am expecting, I'm expecting a payload actually. So to see the payload, I am writing here an MEL expression hash payload. So to get this one, you just click the hash and the control space bar. You will see the what a list of available options. So I'm setting hash payload. So this hash payload, you can use the hash payload or message dot payload also will work. Both are same only. Either you can directly write shortcut hash payload or you can use a hash message dot payload. Both will display the same thing. So payload is basically the message which flows through your flow. So here what is the message which flowing through the flow? It is a set payload. Whatever you set some message inside this will take inside your flow. So I just done setting the logger, and then my flow already started. Now again I'm sending request. So if you see the logger component is the log message processor, and then whatever the message we set, it is displaying here. Okay. So inside the logger, not only payload, if you want to display something, you guys able to hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, no problem. So inside the logger, not only this expression, you can write some message dot message ID or something, whatever it is, you can display it. So whenever you do some changes, it automatically starts building your, restarting your application, so that it automatically will do. Then I can see logger component displaying the message ID, because I want to see the what the message ID for that.
Yeah, previously we mentioned some information like welcome to
Correct.
MuleSoft training. Yeah, so where we actually given that path, like is in a set payload or the logger or HTTP.
This is in set payload.
Okay, but it's showing some error. Okay, let me try once.
Keep it in single quotes when you are using the MEL expression, and then to uppercase if you want to display that as uppercase letters. So can we go ahead?
Yeah, having some yeah, but having some problem like it's showing display name and only the settings and the value, and it's not showing like MTTP. Okay, in the values just we enter. Okay,
So what did you enter in the
in a single quotation just we have to enter, right?
yes, in single quotation.
Just a
Only
moment.
the text which you want to display, it should be in single quotation.
Okay, I done that, and I have to run, right?
Yes.
Unable to launch the session into there is no recent launcher. Okay, continue now. Like I'll ask you, and then like I have some doubt on that.
Okay. So this is the way you can do some se- set payload component or some logger component you can display. Now I will show you how to debug the flow. So to debug, you just right click on that, and you want to see that what exactly it is coming in the set payload. So you can right click and then toggle the break font on this. Since you are running it as a normal mode, it will not go into the debug mode. So stop the terminal. So you can see here stop or terminate. You can click this red mark. So then your application will be stop. Now you want to debug that. So you need to run the debug mode. Right click and then debug as mule application. You will get one pop-up like this. You just need to click S. That's it. One more, it will come. Again, you will click this if it comes. Okay. Now, if you see that it automatically switched from mule design mode to the mule debugger mode on top of that. Okay. Now we are in the mule debugger mode. So now let's go to the postman and here send the request again. So you will see here it is still loading. You will not see the response back because we set some breakpoint. So the request stop here itself and go to
Yeah,
the
here it's asking for current configuration.
hello.
Here it's asking for the current configuration.
Where you are facing issue.
Yeah, connector it's showing some connector configuration.
Okay, we'll see that once this is done. You will share the screen and I will see
Sure,
this.
sure.
Okay. Maybe you might have missed some connector configuration. Okay. Anyway, let's see this.
Okay.
So once I hit that, since it is in debugger mode, it stopped here. So your postman, whatever you send, it will still showing that sending until you complete this debugging. Okay. So you just click on the mule debugger in the below. There you can see the what is the payload. Since payload is null because we are not passing any payload from the postman or browser. And also you can see list of inbound variables, outbound, session, record. These are different. We will see that in our next classes. And inbound properties for the HTTP connector, it will show that HTTP path, and then you can see the method, what is the method we are hitting, and what is the query parameters. If any query parameters we pass, we will see here, but now we are not passing any query parameters. We'll see the size is 0. Okay, these are the different kind of HTTP properties. So if I want to move it to the next message processor. So to move to the next message processor, you need to click this one, next processor. Okay, this is the run to processor. That means if you set one more breakpoint later, then it will go to the that next message processor. So now I'm clicking this one, next processor. Now if you observe here, the payload changes to the welcome MuleSoft online training. Previous it was a null payload. Now it updated to the whatever payload we set here, it automatically loaded. Okay, now if you just click, that's it, your process completed. Then you can see the whatever logger you set here and whatever the response you are expecting you receive. So this is called the debugging the application. So in debugging mode, you can see each and every message processor, what exactly it is taking the message and what exactly it is sending back, and what are the inbound and outbound properties. So such kind of information you can easily get it from this debug mode. Okay. Okay, share your screen.
Yeah, just a moment, I'll share you.
I need to make you presenter, right? Yes, now you are the presenter. You should be able to share. Yeah, it is clearly showing that, right? You need to do that connector configuration. So you did not complete the connector configuration. So as I said, you need to click on the add button below in the properties window, general settings, connector configuration, it is there, right? So you need to create a new connector because there is no connector available to you to pick up and add it. So click the add button. Yes, that plus symbol, you can see green color plus symbol is there, no? So that you need to click. Besides the connector configuration, you can see one plus symbol.
Yeah, if you don't mind, like, can you help me on that? What I have to do there?
So in general settings, connector configuration, it is there, right?
Yeah.
So in that you can see the plus symbol, right? Just click that.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I got this one.
So now you can see that what is the protocol you are going to use, HTTP, and what is the host. So you can set it host as a local host. Select this as a local host,
Okay.
and then the port 8081. So this is the path you
Yeah,
are
okay,
going
and
to
I
use.
have one doubt, like, isn't for 00, like, as a default, yeah, we'll use in the real time or for the local host?
When you are running the application, you can use either 00 or local host. Both will work, no issues. But
Okay,
when you are deploying application on Cloud Hub or any server, you need to give the IP address or this zero. When you forgot giving the IP address, So you can give it 000. So that will accept the any kind of IP address.
Oh, okay, fine.
Okay, for now you can use the local host. That's it. So now you click on the canvas and save
Uh,
it, then that red mark will automatically go.
canvas,
Click on the canvas.
canvas.
Canvas means the flow where it wherever the flow you build. Just click on that
Yeah, yeah.
and save it. Control S.
Okay.
Okay. So now
Mm-hmm.
the error gone, right? So have you installed Postman as well?
No, no, just have to install.
Okay.
Maybe it was just already tried yesterday. Showing the same issue, but I would like to know, so that's the reason I'm asking.
Yeah, because you missed that HTTP endpoint configuration, right? Without that, it will not.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
here
Understand now.
it is deployed. Now you can go to the browser and hit your path. So what is your
Like
HTTP colon slash slash localhost and what are the
X-ray.
8081 or 808? Okay, 8081 you give the port.
Yeah,
Then slash what is the path you give?
it's in C folder.
No, path means if you click on the HTTP connector, just go and click
Hmm?
HTTP connector. In the configuration properties window, you configurations you can see that. Double check. Change the path. You can change the path to slash
Okay.
demo or something. Class test.
Here,
Yes.
path 8081/demo.
No, no, no. 8081 you already set it on the connector configuration, right? So you no need to give.
Yeah,
So that will automatically take. You need to give the
yeah,
slash
yeah.
whatever the path name you want to give it. Slash and the path name. Yes.
Path name.
You can give it any name, not only demo. You can give it any name. That will.
Okay,
Hmm.
okay.
Okay. Now you save
I
it
have to
again.
save. Yeah, I save.
So go to the console whether it is running still. Okay. Now your application is started. Now you go and test your application. So what is the path you gave?
Yeah, yeah, it's like Vijay.
Yes. That's it. Run it.
Oh, nice. Like previously, okay, for this one, okay, fine. I
Yeah.
got it for the HTTP and for the set load. Like, okay, what the data I was entered in the volume, so it won't pop up, right?
That's it. Whatever you
Yeah.
set it here, it will automatically.
Okay. Okay, it's nice. Yeah, I understand.
Okay. Okay, good. So today we learned how to create an application, any project in any point studio and how to run the
Yeah, okay.
application and how to test the application. These are the things we learned and how to debug our application. That is also we learned. So we will see the next things are like how to use a different kind of message processors like variables. You see here different kind of variables are there. Session variables, record variables. So when I showed the debug mode, you have seen that the inbound, outbound properties variables. So we will see that tomorrow what exactly the variable, how to store the input values inside the variable and how to utilize that in our flow. So such kind of things we will see it tomorrow. Okay. So keep.
Sure, and I would like to tell you one thing. Like, if you don't, can you share the recording sessions to me or some other who are in the session?
For the record session, I think it's, I mean, size is very high, so I could not able to share it yesterday. I will check
Okay,
it.
like just upload in the Google Drive and share the link so that we can access that.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So yeah, sure, I will share that. Meanwhile, I will share the PPT, so that will help you step by step design. So,
Absolutely, yeah.
so this PPT I prepared. In that, I gave each and every step how you need to start and launch, creating the project. So each and every step it is there. So you just follow these steps and you will be able to achieve this. That's it.
Sure,
Okay.
sure. Yeah, and
Okay. See you tomorrow. Is there any other thing
yeah,
you
sure.
want?
Yeah, just about the timings, Punagaru.
Hello?
Yes. Hi, I'm Kalyan.
Yeah, hi Kalyan.
The thing is, we need to make a change, if
So
possible.
that I will discuss the organizer and will let you know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
because we are getting this clash of with some other class right now.
Mm-hmm. So can we go move before that? I mean, like my time 6:30.
So
1 hour or half an hour
you
before.
are in India now, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll let them. But the thing is, if they move half an hour before, there is one more class in the other timing.
Okay, because I can't move ahead, but I can move it before it.
Yeah, I'll check with the other team members as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
possible,
okay. You can now we are,
try to.
it is 7:30 to 8:30 Indian time. So if you want to move like 6:30 or 6, that is also fine. You just check that and
Okay, then sure, I can discuss the timings with the other team members and I'll let you know for sure.
okay, fine. Good. Practice it and let me know if any issues. You can always mail me. I already gave the
Sure,
mail,
sure.
right? So is everyone having, all of you having
Or
the,
can you please ping a mail on?
sorry?
Can you please ping your mail ID once again?
Okay, I'm pinging again. So I just pinged the mail ID. So you can always reach on this mail ID. I will reply if any issue.